in Jamaica, dancehall music has been getting a lot of flack recently. Not recently, since its emergence from a wide cross-section of society. But Vybz Kartel music has also been at the center of a lot of controversy over the years. But my music is a friend to some people and a foe to others. But that is totally acceptable to me based on the mere fact that dancehall itself has always been social commentary reflecting the duplicitous foundation of the Jamaican. As you students know, Sir Walter Rodney alluded to this factor in Crowning My Brethren. Jamaica is not out of many one people. Instead it is an economically, ethnically, politically and religiously divided country. So, whereas reggae spoke to the Garveyite message of one love, dancehall generally speaks to the global message of rebellion, which in my opinion is why it is sometimes feared, scrutinized and demonized by our post-colonial masters and their subordinates. My music is controversial, but so was reggae, which interestingly was labeled rebel music back in the day. So reggae was also controversial before it was fully accepted first by the lower class of people where it originated, then by the upper class of society after it had garnered international recognition. So basically, it went abroad and came back to us and we accepted it because you know Jamaican was foreign things. Yeah. Seriously though, much of what dancehall is saying today is not much different from the rude boy era of reggae music. For reference, I'd like to quote two Bob Marley songs. I want to disturb my neighbor because I'm feeling so right. I want to turn up the disco, blow them to full watts tonight. Or the more politically poignant, because I feel like bombing a church. Now that you know the preacher is lying. The point that I'm trying to make is that the stone that the builder refused shall become the head cornerstone. And right now, dancehall has become that disregarded stone. Because look into this, 30 years ago, Bob Marley was despised and ridiculed by the upper echelons of society as a dirty Rasta boy, ganja smoking, and proposing civic unrest. Now, that same Bob Marley is poster boy for the Jamaica tourist board. Fast forward to Vybz Kartel. I know Vybz Kartel has affected dancehall music. First when Kartel came on the scene in early 2000, dancehall, in terms of new flows, new refreshing ways to deliver the usual topics of dancehall music, was at a lull, basically. You know, flows like Badman, look was a breath of fresh air to dancehall fans who at the time were being swept away in a wave of hip-hop before the cartel tide rose to prominence. In a metal with a signified that a new star was born and was here to stay. In my view, Kartel is not merely a DJ, but also a poet of Shakespearean status. Vybz Kartel is not the best, but one of the best doing dancehall. And I say this because my lyrics at first glance may seem simple, but different layers can be peeled away to reveal a much more complex meaning, depending on age, knowledge, and nationality of the listener. Two quick examples. Some read a gun women, but someone have them. We were cooler than Reagan and Gorbachev them. The second line speaks not about coolness in war, but about the actual Cold War era between America and Russia, whose respective leaders at a critical point in time were Ronald Reagan and Mikhail Gorbachev. Another recent example of my poetic prowess would be the still lyricist, vocabulary physicist. Those lyrics are self-explanatory. back off. Vybz Kartel's early controversies, such as the Ninja incident, leaving Alliance, running to the law, etc., etc., were not part of this diabolical plan to hold attention. I was just being myself. You know what I mean? Little did I know that all these incidents were just pieces of the puzzle being put together to really create the man, the teacher, the cartel. But undoubtedly, the media, who are all present tonight, the media uses Vybz Kartel to sell papers, you know what I mean? To sell papers and to gain viewership by broadcasting the negatives but never giving the positives similar purpose. Example, every day there's a headline, an article, or a letter to the editor on one topic of another. It's either about Kartel's skin, allegations of feuding with Kartel and she and the old lady, or just a general negative showcase of Kartel. Yet when Kartel does his regular good deeds, and I repeat, regular, yes, the media couldn't care less. You will see in bold headlines, Kartel encourages Jamaicans to scar skin. One easily see on the front page, Kartel and such at odds. Fine, because that is news. But what about giving the same front page headline to Kartel, through his business ventures, employs over 30 at Jamaica? But as my granny would say, 6 or 1, half dozen of the other. So, the more the media seems, and it's not necessarily they are fighting Vybz Kartel for any personal reason, but the more the media, quote unquote, gives it to Vybz Kartel, the more the people view Kartel as a champion for their causes and their causes. Because after all, what is an artist without the people? Bear with me a minute because it knows kind of alright. On the subject of tattoos. Scar. Question, tattoos, scar or beauty? Okay. Alright. Can you do Bossy, pull your tattoo? The tattoo, skin smooth, we show the green, red and the blue, we love looking at you. Alright, according to Wikipedia, a tattoo now we have to get the facts straight before we get into opinions, okay? So, a tattoo is a mark made by inserting indelible ink into the dermis layer, that means it passes the epidermis, inner the dermis, layer of the skin to change the pigment for decorative and other reasons. Tattoos on humans are a type of decorative body modification. Various cultures of tattoos traditions dating as far back as over 3000 BC in Asia, Africa, Middle East, etc. So you can see a few pictures here from ancient to modern. Fascination with tattoos came from my favorite rapper of all time, Tupac Amaru. And ever since I saw his thug life tats on his stomach, I decided to make my skin a living, breathing canvas for the visualize. Okay? My skin marks, no pun intended, many milestones in my life and represent another form of expression for me. Example, the teardrops on my face is in memory of my close friends who have died. You can see the screen. My son's name on my arms represents their birth and celebrates their life. You have the Gaza tug on my knuckles that represents, where's the Gaza tug, Carleen? You're failing the PowerPoint. Anyway, the Gaza top and my knuckles represent the community where I'm from, the nickname for the community, and on my chest I have love is pain. Love is pain. I don't need that. Yeah, forward. Yeah, there it is in the middle. Love is pain. This paradoxical phrase is symbolic in that it represents relationships that I have been in, where at times I have loved and lost, and also it signifies that the things that you love are the only things that can hurt you. Example, the death of a loved one as opposed to the death of a total stranger. So love is pain, and for me, tattoos, although they're on the exterior, they really tell a different story, and they tell a lot about my interior, and are not just for show, but rather, as the PowerPoint shows, can serve as a history book of my life. Moving on to, alright, this is where it gets interesting now. Until the color, and somebody have to answer this question. I'm going to point on someone and they have to give me a specific answer. Okay? Until, listen carefully, until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes. Wow. Words made by His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie was made popular by Bob Marley. What do you think His Imperial Majesty made by this? You. Oh, sorry. Oh, you say you want to answer the question? Until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes. Come on stage and answer this question for me. Let her choose. Tell me your opinion, what you think. Look like, let her show please. You can come. No, you can come. The people need to hear your answer. Until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes. Wow. What do you think is Imperial Majesty? Until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes. Wow. What do you think is Imperial Majesty?
Seeing that a man has eyes, it can.
Anyone else want to answer that question? Real quickly? You, with the dreadlocks. No, not you.
What I get from it is the color of your skin, your racial disparities, and the different segregations within race. What you are physically should not matter. It should not speak to your intellect.